This is your gaming weekly news. The Oblivion Remake is real and it's coming sooner than we thought. The same studio that is reportedly working on the Oblivion Remake is also making the Metal Gear Solid remaster that is coming at the end of this year. The Oblivion Remake is a full Unreal Engine 5 remake of a now almost 19-year-old game from Elder Scrolls. Nate the Hate, a trusted insider, that said that the Oblivion Remake would show at the Xbox Showcase in June and be revealed shortly after, has updated his information saying that it is more likely that the Oblivion Remake will be shown sometime in April and either release soon after or be Shadowdropped. I've got a video on this channel all about the Oblivion Remake. Check that out if you want to hear more information and see how this old game is being brought to new fans. And I think it's really cool that Xbox is remastering old classic legacy games instead of games we just played a few years ago on our last console. Sounds like if you're excited to get back into or finally discover Oblivion, you'll be doing that in probably just about a month. The Xbox handheld has leaked and it's coming out sometime in 2025, but it's not the Xbox handheld you've been waiting all this time for. It was reported by Windows Central Jez Corden that Xbox had partnered with an unknown or unnamed company to make a handheld that has Xbox power button and face buttons on it, but also powered by Xbox software. Tom Warren of The Verge broke the news that it was actually Asus, the company that makes the ROG Ally. And this partnered Xbox handheld is set to come out sometime by the end of 2025. But if you already own a Steam Deck, an Asus ROG Ally, or a Lenovo Go, or anything like that, you have to be wondering why in the world would I want an Xbox partnered handheld? In fact, I already have a ROG Ally, and what could it do if it had an Xbox button on it more than I already get with the ROG Ally? If you have a Steam Deck or these other handhelds, you can download the Xbox app to play games that are PC based. This partnered Asus ROG Ally Xbox handheld will probably not allow you to play any of your native Xbox games or your console games outside of the cloud. So unless Xbox has something more to reveal when this announcement comes, we'll have to wait to see how exciting this announcement will really be. Speaking of games that you can play natively on your console and your handheld, Xbox announced this week that they have over 1,000 Play Anywhere titles. And that's a term that they've been kicking around for over 10 years, but it's much more powerful than you thought. An Xbox Play Anywhere game means that it will play on your current Xbox console like the Series S or X, also across PC and cloud. But not just that, it's a one-time purchase. You buy the game. A game like Shadow of the Tomb Raider is now considered a Play Anywhere title. If you own that game on Xbox, you can play the PC version or the cloud version, and your achievements, your cross progression, and everything are already included. This is one of the most pro-consumer things that Xbox or any other games industry does. Not even Steam or GOG, some of the most pro-consumer platforms for gaming on the planet, do not offer this type of consumer power where you buy one game and all of your progression works across multiple platforms. Xbox says they have over 4,000 games that are playable right now on Xbox Series S and X consoles. That includes this current generation, everything from the Xbox One generation, and over 600 backward compatibility titles. But I think there may be closer to 6,000 games that you can play currently on this console, but now about 1/5 of those are Play Anywhere. And the reason why we're bringing this up is Phil Spencer plans to do some type of initiative to get Play Anywhere to be more universal and ubiquitous across your gaming platforms. If you buy games with the Xbox Store, those games should be able to be played on every other device. It will be interesting to see if they would let you play that game on an Xbox if you bought it on a PS5. And it's actually an industry game changer if Xbox leads a path to let you buy your games and play them wherever you want with one purchase. All of your saves come with you and all of your progress. Doom: The Dark Ages is coming out to everyone on PlayStation, Xbox, PC, and it's probably one of the biggest first-person shooters in a long time. And there was just a recent preview in Los Angeles with Bethesda and id and content creators and journalists, and I was so fortunate and I'm so grateful I had the opportunity to play Doom this week. I was just in LA. I got home this afternoon, so it's been a long trip, but a great opportunity to get hands-on with Doom: The Dark Ages. My previews will be ready March 31st here on the channel, where I'll break down all of the gameplay and tell you what you can expect. Ubisoft has had a really tough couple of years, and it looks like, according to an insider, that they may be looking to sell off some of their existing franchises to stem the bleeding. A report says a minority shareholder has been planning a protest outside of Ubisoft because they have been misleading investors and they haven't been transparent about their discussions to sell properties to other publishers. He claims that there have been discussions between Microsoft, EA, and others that are interested in acquiring IPs from Ubisoft. Ubisoft stated, quote, "As we mentioned during our Q3 sales, the review of various transformational, strategic, and capitalistic options is ongoing. The board has established an ad hoc independent committee to oversee the formal and competitive process, so as this to extract the best value from Ubisoft's assets and franchises for all stakeholders. Ubisoft will inform the market in accordance with applicable regulations if and once a transaction materializes," close quote. Ubisoft is probably not looking to sell off their major tentpole franchises like Far Cry, Assassin's Creed, but there are some properties that would be on the table. In fact, one that would be very befitting to be a Microsoft and Xbox returning franchise, and that would be Splinter Cell. Xbox started that franchise as an exclusive on the original Xbox and has worked with them for so many years, and Splinter Cell is one of those franchises that Ubisoft refuses to revitalize or to even acknowledge with a brand new title. Xbox is desperately in need of a great platformer, and Rayman would be an excellent addition to their franchise family. But even right now, Ubisoft is struggling, and there are questions about if they will actually sell some of their franchises. And Xbox, over the past couple of years, has proved that they can foster these relationships and keep these franchises alive, especially watching the launch of Indiana Jones, seeing the upcoming Doom, and some of their new franchises do pretty well. I'm not chomping at the bit for Xbox to bring on more franchises with so many studios that are already busy working on their own projects right now. And there really isn't a studio to take on a Rayman game, or even a studio that could take on a reboot of Splinter Cell. And one less controversial news piece from this week, and that is the integration of Copilot AI in Xbox gaming. Satya Nadella explained to the press that there is a brand new integrated Copilot coming to gaming where you can talk to AI and ask it questions and maybe get game guides and help while you're playing games.
I want to get back into Age of Empires 4. Can you install it?
Downloading now. Want a recap of where you left off?
Sure.
Okay, I've got some wood from a tree. What do I do with that?
Craft the oak logs into wooden planks by opening your inventory and placing logs in the crafting area.
What's the best way to take out the beast?
Want me to pull up a quick strategy guide?
Let's do it.
Of course, it's easy to make fun of something like AI getting into games and taking away creativity or taking away your freedom by letting something take over. And in fact, PlayStation guys were ridiculed with a game guide help that was supposed to be built in, that was in a patent, where you could just ask questions and the game could take over for you and help you. And these things are walking a thin line of changing the game experience in ways that might be disruptive to most players. But when I see that Minecraft example, a game that I've been playing this past year is Enshrouded, which is only on Steam, but it allows you to craft and build and gather resources. And there are so many times when you're playing a game and you get stuck and you have to stop, pause, pull out your phone, Google something, go through Reddit threads or go through game guides with ads popping up everywhere and trying to find something. And that can disrupt your gaming. I hate to try and defend this, but that's one aspect I could actually see becoming a reality that we could really enjoy, where I could just speak into my headset, get an answer without leaving my game, without pausing, or just hearing just enough to get an answer to say, okay, I got it, without pausing my game and stopping and looking at my phone and searching through all that. Could this be something you could see yourself using in the future, especially if you play big open world games or you like to play games that have a lot of different mechanics? And that is your gaming weekly news. This is Colteastwood. Thank you so much for checking out this week's video. Thank you so much for supporting what I'm doing here. And if you're here and you watch this video, it means a lot because I spent 7+ hours traveling from LA to come back home through Ubers and planes and all that stuff. And I thought, oh, do I have the energy to do Gaming Weekly News? And thank you so much for making it worth my time. I hope you enjoyed it and learned something along the way. If you ended up enjoying this, show your support by liking and subscribing to the channel. If you want to do even more, you can hit the join button below. Joining the channel membership gives you early access for videos. My channel members, they watched this some 10 hours or 12 hours before it went up. They're the first in the comments that you see there with the colored names, and they also have access to custom emojis that I drew, like little icons of Xbox IPs that you can share in the chat as well. Also, check out the Patreon. There I have several tiers where you can also get some of those benefits like early access, monthly merch giveaways, and so much more. And even a super class, if you check that out, that's how you can learn how to do lighting, visuals, camera, editing, YouTube, how to do all that stuff so you can make your own channel or even stream, do your own podcast. But yeah, thank you so much for checking that out. Check us out in the XSC Podcast. Mag and I will talk more about this news and what we think of Copilot. I'm sure there's going to be some gripes and some funny comments about what that is going to ruin and some stuff that might actually be pretty cool. So check us out live, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern on YouTube and on demand on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Thank you so much. Let me know what you thought about this weekly news and what was your most exciting thing. Are you going to get a partner to handheld or are you going to wait for the real deal in 2027? Let me know in the comment section. And while you're there, please, as I always say, be nice. And now I need to go to sleep. I'm tired.